friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I am just like you, and I have this question. What am I going to be doing during these 2 weeks of quarantine or longer? And luckily, in my newest segment, I have an answer for you, and that is books worth binging, or books to binge on. I haven't come up with an official title yet, but books worth binging sounds right. And the first book that I'm going to recommend is very appropriate at this time in modern history. And that is, like, let's look at what the world's going around us. There's a virus. It has spread to the world in a pandemic form, and it started in China. A small trading village, or, you know, Wuhan's not a small trading village, it's an industry leader, whatever. But the idea is a virus spreads to the world, has a lot of things going for it, and what it has a very similar title or very similar concept. That's right, my friends. World War Z. Now, I know you're sitting there thinking like, Thaddeus, I saw the movie and it was terrible, and I agree with you. And nothing against Brad Pitt. From everything that I saw or heard about the film, there was a lot of stuff going on. But the biggest problem with that movie is it wasn't based on the book. They took the name and said, hey, you know, that's a popular book. Let's just use the title. And that's what they did. They just used the title. This book cannot be made into a movie. It needs to be made into like a mini-series, a docu-series. This book is essentially the tales of the survivors of an apocalypse, a zombie apocalypse, that starts in a small fishing village in China. Whatever. Is it appropriate? Yeah. Is it close? Sure. Am I saying the coronavirus is the zombie virus? No, but I'm also not saying that it's not. I mean, it's clearly not. But the idea here is there's a virus that starts in a small village. They don't know exactly what it is, and it spreads. What's fascinating about this is each little story is like a little vignette. It's like a little mini story that shows how the virus traveled from one nation to the next. Now, a lot of the stories are interconnected. Parts of the story go from are told from one perspective and then jump to another, or jump to another side of the story, or jump to another side of the world. It is absolutely fascinating. Now, what's so cool about this book is that you could take out the zombies, and it would be exactly what we're going through today, without human flesh eating people. It is absolutely fascinating. Now, if you've read the book, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, some of you are like, hey, Thaddeus, look, I can't read or write, and it's no longer 2020, it's the year 2050, and the virus killed everyone, which allowed AI to take over. Now, Amazon is running the planet with their Terminator machines. Now, if that's the case, which it's likely to be, let's face it, it's likely to be, then there's still Amazon Prime available to you. And if Amazon Prime is available to you, if Audible is available to you, then I highly suggest you find this book as an audiobook. It is absolutely fascinating. You have people like, let's say, Mark freaking Hamill as a major character in this book. You have John Turturno. You have Carl Reiner. You have Max Brooks himself is kind of the biographer, the person asking the questions. You have Henry Rollins. You have Alan Alda, John Turturno. Like, all of these amazing actors show you how this virus moved from one point to the next. Now, if you have the book, it is amazing. The audiobook is abridged, and so you don't get the whole story. There is the audio, there's the abridged version, and then there's the missing files. The missing files are just the stories that the audiobook couldn't fit into one full story. You get the perspective of like bounty hunters, of doctors, neurosurgeons, of spies, of Israeli spies. You get the perspective of people from Pakistan and India and North America. You get stay-at-home moms and soccer moms. You get fighter pilots turned supply run planes. It is amazing. What this does is it shows the human side of things. And if you're stuck in your basement, like I am, or like many of you probably are out there, or just in your home, this is an amazing read. It is an amazing listen. Now, I will say, if you are going to listen to this and you do have kids, please make sure that they are not around. I mean, I'm not telling you to raise your kids, but it is very violent, it is very gory, and it is very vulgar. I mean, it's the zombie apocalypse. Come on. People's language does get a little testy when their lives are in danger. But that being said, guys, if you are interested, if you want to binge on anything and you've watched the same shows over and over and over again, you want something new. This is like 24 hours of amazing storytelling. You are sucked into this world and it is phenomenal. Now, again, I say go and check out your local library. If your local library is closed down, which a lot of them are right now, see if your library has an app that allows you to download free things. My library does. I can get free books. It does kind of help me to, you know, not spend as much money on audiobooks. If it doesn't and you can't access it, check out the links in the section below. I have a link to 2 free audiobooks if you do an Audible subscription. Sign up for a month. Doesn't cost you a thing. You help out the channel, of course. I get a little bit of kickback, but this book is freaking worth it. Cancel within a month. You keep your books. You can get this plus the World War Z companion guide, the zombie survival guide written by Max Brook. It was a precursor to this. And it kind of helps you out. If you've been hoarding toilet paper and you're like, now I don't know what to do with the most profitable thing in the world, which is stuff to wipe your own butt, how do I survive this? How do I survive? The Zombie Survival Guide is probably your best bet to do it. It does walk you through, you know, zombies and survival. But if you want a fascinating story, I cannot stress that this book is amazing, guys. It is hands down just wonderful. And the audiobook, again, voice acted, just, I mean, it's so good. It is so good. I freaking love it. Highly recommend it. And if you've read it and or listened to it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But find it anywhere that you can. Anywhere that you can, and give it a listen. This book is very apt right now, and it is like words escape me at how good it is. Anyways, guys, check it out. Check out the links in the section below. 2 free audiobooks. You really can't miss out. But if you don't want to sign up for Audible, find it anywhere else. It's so worth it. And then, you know, come back to this video and let me know what you think. I'm very curious as to your thoughts on this book because it is awesome. If you know someone who is bored and is stuck at home, is quarantined, give them this book, guys. Amazing. Unless they have like really high anxiety, then maybe not. I don't know. I have some anxiety issues. There are some bugs crawling around in my brain, and I got to say, this might not be for them. However, maybe it is. I don't know. This has been Thaddeus. Wash your hands, wash your butt, clean up after yourself, be nice to people, right? We're all going through the same crap. Be nice to people, look after your neighbor, look after your family, say you love the people you love, let them know, don't wait. And finally, guys, smile. Stay nerdy.